I'm going to get tons of hate comments for this video. What's going on, everyone? Horror Kid here, and welcome back to a brand new top 10. Now, I know I did something similar to this during the first year of the channel, but this time I am primarily sticking with video games this time. Now, we all have our opinions about certain video games, whether we like this one diamond in the rough or not see the appeal of this game that people claim is the best. But with all that being said, I have tons of unpopular opinions that I'm quite surprised haven't ruined any of my friendships. Without further ado, these are my top 10 unpopular gaming opinions. There won't be any rules other than it must be gaming related. With that being the only rule set, game on! Alright, so let's start off rather tame. I actually prefer older games compared to the most modern AAA games. The games that the modern video game industry has been spewing out, at least to me, really don't feel like games but rather movies. The only AAA games that I can call, well, games are spectacle fighters or the character action genre and RPGs. Games like Bayonetta 1 and 2, the entire Devil May Cry series, yes, including 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Final Fantasy 15, and many more are what I feel like are keeping me interested in purchasing AAA games. And with the announcement of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, I'm really hoping Insomniac didn't fall into the dark side of video games. Like, if I want to watch a slow-paced film, I just go watch the 1964 film Empire, where it's literally just an 8-hour and 5-minute still of the Empire State Building. Before you say that I'm making this film up, I'm not. This is a real movie that was released in 1964. I'll leave a link in the description so you can watch it for yourself. Number 9 is also a rather tame one, and it's just that bad games are fun as hell. I wish I'm joking, but I find bad games to be a rather guilty pleasure of mine. And no, I'm not talking Destiny bad. I'm talking Sonic 06 levels of bad. To me, there's nothing more than just sticking a shitty game into your console and just having a hoot about how hilariously broken the game is. Plus, even bad games can have a good OST. Well, most of them. But yeah, like I said, bad games can still be funny to play either by yourself or with friends. Well, kinda, since, you know, we've been in this pandemic for a goddamn year! Now, number 8 might come off as rather shocking, and that is the fact I don't like the GameCube Controller. Yep, I'm one of the few that don't enjoy the GameCube Controller that much. I tried playing Trash Melee, and after trying to play, I would honestly rather put up with the Nintendo 64 controller than this worthless abomination. I mean, seriously, what the actual fuck were Nintendo smoking while making this fucking button layout? It's like fucking Legos, for crying out loud. These analog triggers have also got to be some of the loudest I have ever listened to while trying to play GameCube games. There's also this little plus, but oh wait, I have just been informed that's the D-pad! If the D-pad is smaller than my self-esteem, then we have a problem on our case. Overall, even though I said in my 1000-year door trash or treasure I would prefer using the GameCube controller for RPGs than fighting/party games, that still doesn't change the fact that the GameCube controller is my least favorite gaming controller of all time. Oh god. Excuse me for a moment. Alright, now that I have my Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon summon, I think Smash Bros. Brawl is the best one in the entire series. Yep, I'm one of those weirdos that actually like Brawl the most. Yes, even more than Ultimate. Could that be due to the fact that it was the very first Smash Bros. Game I have ever played? Probably. Is it because I like the opening better than Lifelight? Also maybe. Should I jump into open traffic while on the cross for liking the supposed worst Smash Bros. Game next to 4? Well, if we're being honest here. Look, I understand why Brawl gets a lot of hate, but me speaking from personal history, I have never encountered any of the issues that others said were in the game. I didn't encounter tripping of any kind at all. Number 6 is one I bet the entire Paper Mario fanbase are going to crucify me for, so I'm just going to say this. I think Sticker Star is better than Paper Mario 64, and Super Paper Mario is the best console Paper Mario game. Yeah, like I said, I'm one of the very few who actually liked Sticker Star, as the first and, to my attention, only handheld Paper Mario game, not counting Origami King since I have never played that myself. Sticker Star was pretty alright. Hell, I even 100%ed that game. Wish I could prove it, but unfortunately I have lost my original cartridge. Some say the battle system is the worst, but hey, I like the little spin on the battle system. And no, I am not going to bitch about the fact that you can run out of stickers, because I never ran out of stickers because I am a sticker hoarder. As for Super Paper Mario, well, it was my first Paper Mario game in general, so obviously I would have my biased viewpoint. The writing, according to some, is very anime-like. Like, the game is written as if it was an anime, and me being the weeb that I am nowadays, enjoyed the game because of that. Plus, I just like action RPGs more than turn-based to begin with. Halfway through and we're on to number 5. I think the Wii U is actually a pretty alright console. Yep, I'm one of those people who thinks the Wii U still has worth. Not only does it have a virtual console, something the Switch doesn't have, unless you count Nintendo's shitty online subscription as that, but it's also the console that spawned Bayonetta 2 to begin with. Plus, the Wii U gamepad really isn't the worst thing ever. Big, bulky, and fits very snugly into my giant man hands. Unlike the Switch where after playing for a few hours in handheld mode, my knuckles started to hurt. Plus, it can play original Wii games through HDMI, so if you were to have a mother who won't allow you to use her original Wii, then you can just buy a Wii U and play OG Wii games on there. You can say the Wii U is the biggest piece of shit right next to the Virtual Boy or GameCube all you want, but you won't change my mind about the Wii U being good. Oh boy, time to piss off the Sonic fanbase. As a kid, I actually didn't like Sonic Unleashed at first, not for the subject in question, but from the metal collecting. But the main reason why I bring this game up is because I think Sonic Unleashed is better than both Colors and Generations. Yeah, even though some said that this is the hardest Sonic game they have ever played, that's why I also like it. I love a challenging game. I even love the Wolfhog sections more than the daytime stages, which people say are better than the nighttime levels. But whenever I boot up Unleashed, nighttime stages all the way, baby! Now, yes, I know people get annoyed by the Wolfhog theme, but I gladly take that over Last Surprise from Shitsona 5. Number 3 is that Smash Melee is the worst game I have ever played. I just don't see the appeal of it. Like I said, I tried to play it and I didn't enjoy it. The game is more slippery than the controls in Shadow the Hedgehog. The GameCube controller is shit for this type of game. And finally, it spawned the annoying as hell, toxic as fuck fanbase we have to put up with today. For those reasons alone, that's why to me, Super Trash Brothers Ultra Toxic Edition to me is the worst Smash game of all time. Number 2 is that I don't like gritty realistic games. I don't get it. I don't get why these kinds of games are getting perfect 10s by most gaming critics across the board, while something like the Devil May Cry HD trilogy on the PlayStation 4 gets a 60 on Metacritic according to game journalists. Hell, on Metacritic, Gaming Age gave it a 25 out of 100. What the actual fuck? But yeah, gritty, realistic, emotional games are not masterpieces. In fact, I'd rather play Bubsy 3D on the PlayStation 1. Now, before I get into number 1, I would like to go over some other unpopular opinions. Either they don't relate to video games, or they just couldn't quite make the list. My Hero Academia is bad. Avatar is shit. I would honestly rather watch the live action movie over this. Bayonetta in Smash 4 isn't broken. Castlevania games are still good. Steven Smash really didn't deserve this much hype. Sephiroth is honestly better than this. Sonic Colors is literally one of my least favorite Roger Craig Smith Sonic games. Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy aren't confusing at all. The Thousand Year Door is actually bad because fuck Chapter 3. Games that can only run at 30 frames per second can still be good, and still are good games. Dante and Ryan aren't edgy at all. You all are just judging their appearances and just because they use motorcycles. Last Surprise is actually god-awful. And just because something seems weird or uncomfortable in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 doesn't mean Mythra is shit. The game is rated T for a fucking reason, you know. Oh god. This is probably going to get hate from both the DMC and Castlevania fan bases. Oh boy, let's just rip off the band-aid. Number 1 goes to both the Devil May Cry reboot as well as the Castlevania Lords of Shadow trilogy, and the fact that I think that these two games are actually good, if not better than their original counterparts. Now, before you all get your pitchforks and torches, let me explain. Do I think that the director of the DMC reboot, Tamin Antoniades, was basically spitting in the face of OG DMC fans during this reboot? Yes, from the white hair wig joke, even though I actually found that to be pretty funny, all things considered. But from a gameplay standpoint, it's very beginner friendly, whether it's the original 2013 version that runs at 30 frames per second, or the 2015 Definitive Edition, which runs at 60 frames per second. Now, on to the Castlevania Lords of Shadow trilogy. Now, I don't know if this really is an unpopular opinion, but I just find the characters from the Lords of Shadow saga to be more interesting than the ones from the original Castlevania timeline. Minus the ones with voice actings, and the ones from the Netflix series, of course. Now, the most polarizing game in the Shadow saga is Lords of Shadow 2, which to me is actually the best. Not only is it the best graphically, but gameplay is actually better than the first one. Mirror of Fate, on the other hand, it's okay at best. Whether it's the original 3DS release or the HD re-releases on home consoles and PC. To me, DMC Devil May Cry and the Castlevania Lords of Shadows trilogy, despite any fan have to say about them being shit, are still good games. I have most likely made tons of more enemies from this one video alone than literally any other video I have made. But I don't care in the slightest and I'm sticking to my guns. But now I want to know from you all. Tell me your 10 most unpopular gaming opinions, because trust me, I am quite curious myself. Either like this video if you enjoyed it, or dislike it because you still can't accept the fact that others can have different opinions, but subscribe anyways, and turn on the bell to be notified when I make a new video. My social media links are down below as always. I've been HorrorKid, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bury the light deep within.